In truth, I cannot tell how much time has passed since I sent that letter.
Hey everyone! Welcome to a little one-off here for Darkest Dungeon. Remember, this is a modded version of the game. I am running my LUNM mod, Lotaeri's uncleverly named mod here. We are here to test the Shrieker. Yup, it's finally appeared in Johanna. It's stolen 8 of my trinkets, which is what it's designed to do, and now we're going to go off and fight it. I have not ever even seen the Shrieker. I don't know what it's capable of doing, kind of. I'm aware that the battle is extremely difficult, and I'm aware that supposedly I don't even need to defeat it. I just need to kinda survive, supposedly, and after so long it will be over. I've heard nightmarish stories about this from random internet posts, but I don't know anything about it other than it is very difficult and the creature is hard to hit. Now I've lowered the dodge a tiny bit of this thing, or maybe not quite a tiny bit, but it still has more dodge than anything else in the game to my knowledge. Because, again, remember that my guys have taken an accuracy hit, so they're not quite as accurate as they normally would be. That said, if it's too easy, well, I just backed up my save game, so I'll be able to test this several times and make him tougher. If I easily slaughter him, alright, well, I gotta up the whatchamacallit. In addition, I want to show off the fact that the trinkets are working, and show you the trinkets I've got so far, and we'll see, well, currently, they are dropping... Alright, what am I talking about? So first off, for LUNM, I've added unique sets, another group of set trinkets to the game. I wanted to do this a long time ago, back in LUNM version 1, with different characters' heads dropped by the collector. But in the end, I couldn't figure out really how to add trinkets till near the end of version 1 of LUNM, and then I was just exhausted with the constant modding. But I've added them in now, and so I can do some pretty awesome stuff. I don't know how balanced they are. I'm certainly going to hope they're balanced. But here's an example of one. I went down and hunted this down in a quest, or rather, I got this as a quest reward. I'm still struggling with how exactly they should be showing up in the game. Currently, I have them set to a higher quest reward rating for champion short level and veteran long level dungeons. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to change that when they go live, finally, after taking a peek at them. Right now, I just want to see them spawn, so I can make sure that they're working properly and that all the text is showing up. So, you should expect the Johanna to probably grab all of them if possible. So, this is what one of my trinkets looks like. There you go, have it. Actually, in part 42 or 43, I'll show off that I finally got them working after another long weekend of nothing but hammering on this. But there we go. Right, so with this all said, we're off to fight the Shrieker here. And this is Johanna. This is obviously not whatchamacallit. So, we need a group to go and kill this thing. This is not Dagonoth. There we go. So we're just going to hover over all this and show off the other trinkets I've made so far. So, this is for the Grave Robber. Yep, see it right down there. And currently this is the type of quest they're spawning for. Short champion or long veteran missions. 20% debuff skill chance. That is not quite right, so that's not working. Interesting. Red Hook has something which is called extra gold chance, but it doesn't seem to give you extra gold. I've been trying to find a way to make creatures drop extra stuff if you give a trinket to someone. I want to give this to the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter gets something unique or causes more money to spawn or something if he's got this trinket on him. But I can't think of a way to do it at the moment. If I can't get that to work, maybe it's fine even without that bonus to this. Alright, well anyway, those are the other 2 trinkets I've got. They're going to go away because we're here for the Shrieker. So, I've never fought in this thing. I don't even know what it looks like because I have resisted the urge to go take a look at it. I'm assuming it's a massive crow. Maybe it's not a massive crow, but I'm assuming it's got multiple eyes and it's all tentacly and everything like that. Been looking forward to this for a long time. So we're going to go with this. We're going to bring you Vitalis. I think we're gonna bring Nicole with me. And then Al-Rashid. I really probably could benefit from a marked target, actually. It's got plus dodge on it, but we're not gonna do that. We've got our group. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do the quest. Kind of really nervous about this, but hey, I backed up the game. Alright, let's go ahead and give this a try. You cannot retreat from this quest! I guess we all die or we win. Let's do it. Oh! Another thing, everyone. I'll mention it in the next LUM video I record, which is going to be part 44 or 45. I finally discovered where all the information was about the base chances of things in the game. You remember that one thing I wanted to do was take away the game's ability to give you negative or positive quirks at the end of a mission, to force you to interact with curios. Well, I've discovered how to do it. I've also discovered where the scout chance is and everything else of that sort. I've actually currently lowered the scouting chance by 10%, but I'm probably going to put it back. It's just, darn it, maybe 5% might be more fair. But I found out where all of these base values are. The chances are someone gets afflicted, what the base virtue chance is, and it was interesting to read the numbers and understand how it works. It's actually really interesting to read all of it. It's weighted. I could go into depth about it, but I think we'll just, later on I'll show off the file or something like that. Anyway, we're here. Oh, what do we need for this mission? I don't know. I guess we're gonna, I have the money, so we might as well stock up. It's a short mission. It's in the Weald. So we should probably bring a few shovels. No one here is cursed. I'll bring an extra 2 medicinal herbs in case this thing can do debuffs to us. We'll bring some holy water for the resistances when we fight it. 2 keys is good. It's a tough mission because I'm in the Weald at champion level, so I'll bring plenty of anti-venom and bandages just in case. Full stack of torches, because I really don't want it to be dark out when we fight this thing. Actually, I should bring more food so we're full life when we encounter it. This will be fine. Alright, so let's see what this battle's like. I've never done this before. Let's bring all the food. I have plenty of money, so there's no reason not to. I'd rather not lose the people. Alright, let's do it. Oh, he's got his own awesome loading screen as well. I wonder if we'll have that probably means we'll have a different background for it, won't we? Oh, this is exciting! I know this was added like a year ago, but I never balanced my mod against this thing, so this is great that I get a chance to fight it. Okay, there's no exploring. We're just here. Well, let's use this. Wow, this thing's immune to blight, heavily resistant to stun, tons of hit points, good speed, and awesome dodge. Can be debuffed, though. Our chance to hit is very low. It gets 3 actions, too. Well, let's start with a weakening curse and try to get that damage and accuracy lowered on it.
The ground quakes.
Oh, it's got a nest. We're supposed to kill the nest? I don't know. We're not stunned. We're not marked. Do we just attack it? Do we kill it? Or the nest? Maybe we can just kill the nest and then the battle's over. Do I debuff it? No, I think we attack it. What's the chance of hit's not very high. Hit it anyway. Oh, that's awesome. A debuff with it, too. Wow, almost no chance to hit it whatsoever. I guess you'll focus on the nest instead, then. Decent bleed. Oh, 49% chance to hit. We can't hit the nest either. We'll try once. Yeah, not likely to work. Probably should be using revenge. Oh, Jesus. 25 stress. Kill the nest. Help! It's a lot of damage. Let's heal? Stay with me. Oh! It attacks 2 people with that. That was a disease attempt. I'm going to revenge. Heal that. Darn it! Probably should be focusing on the nest.
Grievous injury. Palpable fear.
That was pretty awesome. I like that effect very much. Let's keep healing. Nice. Take it. I'm gonna guard whoever's the most hit with my peoples. Does it have protection? No protection. We're just not doing any damage to it. Huh. Maybe I have to fix that. Alright, you'll be fine, sir. I think. I hope. Okay, we're gonna actually keep attacking the nest.
Well struck.
Because I need something destroyed here so it can't run away.
A dizzying blow to body and brain. Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Oh, that was fun. And that was it. So now we know we should bring medicinal herbs. And that's it. Medicinal herbs, bandages, no anti-venoms required. We don't need torches or shovels or keys. It's just a battle for the nest. And it flies away and it causes us to have to recover. Oh, it's worth experience, though. Interesting. Oh, holy crap! It gives us unique... Oh, yeah, of course it does. It gives us unique quirks. I remember seeing this in its game files. I'm going to probably want to lock that. Awesome. Warren's Phobe and Warren's Explorer. Oh, we lost Robust, though, on Vitalis Mortis. Okay, I think it's fine. I lowered the dodge by, I think, 15 points? 10, 15 points? Maybe 12.
Charity. It will not last.
Well, that's awesome, because everyone needs stress recovery who went on that mission. Alright, everyone. Well, that'll do it for us. This was going to be a quick one. I just wanted to see what that battle was like, and I figured you guys would like it. Let's also take a look and see what trinkets have shown up, if any new ones have. Didn't get lucky there. Desperate Times is back. Oh! That's not good. I gotta make sure these are marked unique. We should not be able to pick up multiples of these. Then again, maybe it's spawning them because I don't actually possess them. Like, maybe it would not have spawned at Desperate Time. Does it say unique on the trinket? It doesn't say unique on the trinket itself, but I know they're supposed to be. I'll have to double check everything. Alright, everyone, well, that'll do it for us. I'm perfectly happy with the result of that. Holy crap. And I'll see you guys back over in the normal Dagannoth. See you guys then. Take care, everyone. Hey, everyone. I'm going to end this video actually showing you guys the loot tables. I keep talking about the trinkets and why I'm struggling with what numbers to give it when it comes to dropping stuff. I'm going to show you what the loot tables look like so you have some idea of what it is I'm talking about. If you're not interested whatsoever in the LUM or trinkets or loot tables, then thank you for watching the last part, and I'll see you in a different video. If you are interested, then hang around, because I'm about to go there and we're going to take a look at some of this data. At some point in the future, I probably should put together a series of videos showing you how to mod the game. Guys, a lot of work though. Right, well that's not what we're doing today. So today, we're just going to go to our Darkest Dungeon game files and go take a look at the loot. And then we're going to try to explain the loot tables briefly, and then you'll see what numbers what numbers are there and why I am wrestling with what numbers to pick. So when a creature or anything decides to leave you loot, what it does is, the first thing that happens is it dies, or you interact with it, right? If it's a curio, or it's giving you something because of a quest. It's probably easiest to explain how it works when it comes to creatures. So let's go ahead and look at, I don't know, let's go to the grouper. Here's the grouper here. Fishman Harpoon. That's what the grouper's called in the game files. This is why I call the Pelagic Guardian. I call him Octotank, because here he is, Octotank. Yep. That's awesome. So let's go take a look at one of the creatures. These are all the different versions of them. Here's an apprentice level version. Okay, this is going to be actually kind of more confusing. So the way this works is that here's a creature. We're not going to cover his files, but you can take a look here and get a good idea of what the creatures look like. Here is the creature's loot table pick. When it's killed at the end of battle, it will make one pick from the loot table A. Now, loot table A is a very special loot table because it's an override, or a common loot override. So the game's going to go into this loot table, and it's going to take a look, and it's going to say, well, here's A. What do I do here? And you see all these numbers. This determines what table it will then look on based on the number of picks it got. Well, actually, the A pick consults these numbers to decide what you get. If it was a 50, or rather, if the result of whatever this 50 is, plus a random number or whatever it has you happens, then the game decides to pick from loot table C, which will be over here. So if we look for loot table C, we see several other things looking to... Oh, I think that was it? That was not it. Courtier. Here we go. So, it goes to loot table C and says, okay, well, what difficulty was the dungeon in? If it was a difficulty 1 dungeon, well, that's apprentice level. Here are the chances you have of getting $1,000, $750, $500, $250, $150, or $25. Now, you might note that these don't add up to 100, these numbers over here. These are your chances. That's because these are not really percentages. At least I don't view them that way. They're what I call weights. The higher the number, the more weighted it is to make that pick for you. So if you killed 3 creatures, and they all made 3 picks from table A over here, and they all picked this number C, which they're not... You'll probably get 1 from C, 1 from H, and then probably another from C or H. In any case, it would come here for the C, and it would make a pick here. Probably will pick 100 gold. Next one comes in, might also pick 100 gold. But it might not pick 100 gold. Maybe it would pick something different, depending upon how lucky or unlucky the roll was. As for table H, that would be down here. Looks like you'll get heirlooms. Oh, I see. C for coin, H for heirlooms, I guess G for gems. I don't know what J is, or P. S is supplies, T is trinkets. So, with this in mind, assuming you're still with me, let's go look at table T. So these are what the numbers are here for table T. We can see that in the apprentice level dungeons, you ain't ever getting any ancestral, shambler, rare, or very rare trinkets. You're getting uncommon, common, or very common trinkets. Well, I guess we can get rares. There's a 5% chance you'll get, well, it's weighted with a 5. It's not a 5% chance. Here's difficulty 3. You can see the numbers go down for very common and common, but they're not eliminated. Here's uncommon, rare, and very rare. And here's level 5 dungeons. We also have level 6 dungeons, which is required because the darkest dungeon is a level 6. But you'll note that the chances are exactly the same as all the other ones were. The collector himself, though, he's got only one thing he wants to drop: collector stuff. And it goes on and on like this. Like, hey, here's the antiquarian when she decides to camp and use her give me a trinket. You can see that, as you probably already guessed, you're very likely to get very common or commons. Not so for all the others. You cannot get ancestral trinkets. And then here's the Madman. Here's a chance for him to drop his Madman stuff, but he's also likely to drop some different trinket. Now, this doesn't include the fact that he might not draw anything, depending upon how the Madman's laid up. In any case, this is what I'm working with when it would come to whether or not something drops one of my trinkets. I can make a new table just called LUM, add my thing in here as a guaranteed chance to drop, and then add it as a chance the thing picks it over here in loot tables or something. I'd have like a table that looks like A with a high chance of nothing, a little chance maybe of some gems, and then a slightly smaller chance of you getting a LUM trinket from a curio, for example. I don't know what numbers to pick, and it's very difficult to balance it because I'd have to play the game from the very start and then finish the game entirely to decide if I balanced it properly. If I was to put it in here though, I'd probably put it about the same rate at which you get rare trinkets from dungeons, because very rarely do I actually get very rare trinkets. I want it to be probably over that number and probably equal to rare. Anyway, I hope that's somewhat useful and or interesting for you guys about at least how the creatures decide to drop their loot table stuff. And that's all I got for you guys. Yep, so I'll be working on this. Oh, actually, not quite it. So what I've done currently in the game is I've set it to be within the game quest files as part of its loot when it drops it. So we're going to quickly go here really fast. Again, I'm not going to explain this overly much. So here is the reward area for quests. It's a bunch of zeros followed by tiny little numbers. It would take me a bit to explain it. I guess we'll go over it really quick. Now, Red Hook originally had done this with their files, which is kind of tricky to read, but the way it works, I find it is easier to read it when you put it in this format. This is the level of the dungeon. Each row is a dungeon level. This is a level 0, apprentice, veteran, level 2 dungeon, veteran dungeon or level 3, level 4 dungeon, champion dungeon, level 6 dungeon. There are no level 0, level 2, or level 4 dungeons. These will always be set to 0. Red Hook must have wanted to do that at one point, but then changed their mind. Currently, you can get my trinket, and I should explain what this is. This is a distance 0 dungeon. I'm unaware of any in the game. This is a short level dungeon for everything in this column. This is a medium level dungeon, everything in this column, and this is a long dungeon for everything in this column. I've currently weighted my LUM trinkets with 3s for veteran long and champion short dungeons. Normally, that is reserved for rare trinkets, kind of. Here's a rare trinket here. And it's a bit hard to read, but trust me, it's the same thing. Only instead of 3s, they use 1s for those trinkets instead. So currently, you're more likely to get a LUM trinket, but the game could pick a rare trinket instead for you to get. And also, this is currently the only way you can get my LUM trinkets. Yep, so I gotta wrestle with those numbers. If you got any ideas, I'm more than willing to listen to them and accept them. Because I have no idea what they should do. You've seen a handful of them now. There'll be more of them popping up as we continue to go through the game. Anyway, that'll do it for me at the moment, everyone. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.